The internet is in absolute flames right now, and the shockwaves tearing through the entertainment world are bigger than anything we've seen all year. Because tonight, in a twist so wild it feels illegal to even say out loud, Tamer Braxton has broken her silence, and the allegations she just dropped about Mendeecees have shattered the timeline into a billion pieces. And if that wasn't enough, insiders are claiming Yandy's reaction wasn't verbal, wasn't subtle, wasn't controlled, it turned physical. Violently physical. This story is spiraling faster than anyone can keep up. One source says Tamer has receipts that will end marriages and careers. Another claims Mendeecees has been terrified all day, calling every contact he has trying to stop the leaks. And then there's Yandy, who, according to multiple insiders, snapped the moment she found out what was happening. Whispered reports say she confronted Tamer directly, and what happened next was ugly, loud, and absolutely unforgettable. Social media has turned into a battlefield. Fans are screaming. Celebrities are picking sides. Group chats are exploding. People are refreshing timelines every 2 seconds, because the leaks keep getting darker, messier, and more unhinged. Nobody knows what's real, what's exaggerated, or what's about to drop next, but one thing is certain, whatever Tamer just exposed has detonated a bomb inside the love hip-hop universe, and the fallout is only beginning. And if even half the rumors swirling right now are true, this is about to become the most catastrophic scandal the franchise has ever seen. The moment Tamer Braxton's voice cracked through the leaked audio, shaky, furious, and clearly done hiding, everything changed. The entertainment world didn't just wake up. It detonated. Because Tamer didn't ease into the allegations. She didn't hint. She didn't suggest. She launched a missile straight at the center of Mendeecees and Yandy's carefully crafted image. And the second she said she was ready to tell the truth, insiders say multiple teams of publicists simultaneously screamed into pillows. But what nobody was prepared for was what happened next. Within minutes of Tamer speaking out, a text thread surfaced, screenshots from someone inside her circle, time-stamped, frantic. One message read, "She's not lying. She's been holding this for years." Another said, "I told her not to mention the hotel." That line alone sent the internet into meltdown. Hotel? What hotel? When? Where? How deep did this go? Fans began digging instantly, connecting dots, pulling up old photos, old interviews, old Instagram posts that suddenly looked incriminating under a new light. Then the next leak hit. A voice note allegedly sent from someone close to Mendeecees. The speaker sounded panicked, whispering like they were afraid someone would hear them. "He messed up," the voice said. "And he knows Yandy is going to handle it her way." That message was enough to ignite every rumor mill in existence. Because if there's one thing people know about Yandy Smith, it's that she doesn't play when it comes to disrespect. She doesn't fold. She doesn't blink. And she doesn't lose. So when a second leak claimed Yandy found out before the internet did, that she confronted Tamer before the story went public, the entire love hip-hop fandom lost its collective mind. One anonymous DM said the confrontation was violent, fast, and way worse than anyone is admitting. Another claimed security had to intervene. And then someone dropped the wildest claim yet. Tamer didn't leave on her own. She was escorted out. That one set Twitter on fire. People demanded videos, screenshots, witnesses. And almost instantly, they got their wish. A shaky phone clip surfaced, just 9 seconds long, showing blurred figures in a studio hallway, one voice shouting, "Back up off me." Fans were convinced it was Tamer. Others swore it was Yandy. But the real chaos came when audio experts slowed it down and isolated a second voice saying, "You lied on my man." That line went viral in seconds. Meanwhile, producers from Love Hip Hop started panicking. One insider leaked an urgent email sent to staff at 2:41 a.m. reading, "No one says a word about Tamer, Yandy, or Mendeecees. We need containment. Containment." That one word alone confirmed what fans already suspected. This wasn't a small incident. This was DEFCON 1. And then came the bombshell nobody saw coming. A private call from someone claiming to be a stylist, who was backstage when the confrontation erupted. She said Tamer and Yandy were in the same room when the accusations were brought up. Accusations Tamer allegedly planned to reveal in an interview that morning. According to the stylist, Yandy overheard everything. She didn't wait. She didn't ask questions. She marched straight toward Tamer like a storm breaking loose. The stylist described the moment like a scene from a movie, Tamer backing up, hands raised, saying, "You don't understand," while Yandy stepped forward with the kind of fury that makes everyone in the room hold their breath. "Understand what?" she reportedly shouted. "You talking about my family? My household?" Security tried stepping in, but they couldn't keep up. Because according to the stylist's account, the energy between them exploded, loud voices, shuffling, someone knocking into a table, a loud thud that echoed off the walls. That thud became its own legend online. Fans analyzed it like forensic experts. Did someone fall? Did something get thrown? Was it a chair? A purse? A mic stand? No one knew, but everyone had a theory. Then another leak hit, this time from someone connected to Tamer. Their message was cold and chilling. She wasn't the aggressor. She was the target. That single line flipped the entire narrative upside down. Suddenly people weren't just talking about cheating. They were talking about possible violence, blame, and retaliation. Celebrities jumped into the chaos. One singer tweeted, "I told you all years ago, that house isn't clean." Another wrote, "Tamer been quiet too long." Meanwhile, someone from Mendeecees' circle tried to do damage control, posting and then deleting a message that read, "People love to make up lies when they're lonely." Deleting it only made things worse. Because within seconds, screenshots surfaced, circulating so fast the algorithm couldn't keep up. Fans accused Mendeecees of gaslighting. Others accused Tamer of clout chasing. Others claimed Yandy was defending her family like any real woman would. But nobody had the actual truth, not yet. Then things took a terrifying turn. A producer from the network, using a burner account, dropped a cryptic message, "If the full footage leaks, careers will end." Full footage. Fans demanded answers. Where was the footage? Who had it? Why wasn't it released? Was the confrontation recorded? Was there audio? Did producers try to hide it? And then someone whispered the most explosive rumor of all, "The footage is worse than the audio." That one sentence shattered the internet. Because if the confrontation was bad enough that networks were hiding the video, then what happened between Tamer and Yandy wasn't just a heated argument. It was something bigger. Darker. More dangerous. Meanwhile, Tamer herself went live for just 30 seconds, her face tense, her voice trembling, but she didn't confess or deny anything. She said only 8 words. "Don't push me. I have nothing left to lose." Fans replayed those words a million times. They analyzed her tone, her eyes, her pauses. One viewer claimed to hear someone whispering behind the camera. Another said Tamer looked like she'd been crying for hours. Someone else swore she had a bruise near her jaw. Then, hours later, Yandy finally posted something too. A black screen with the words, "I protect mine." That was it. 2 posts. 2 threats. 2 women on the verge of a war too big to contain. But then the final leak of the night dropped. That revelation sent shockwaves through fan bases. Did Yandy know? Had she confronted Tamer before? Was the recent fight just the final snap in a long, boiling feud? Social media erupted into conspiracy theories. Some fans insisted Tamer had been silenced. Others argued she'd been complicit. Others believed the network had hidden entire storylines to protect brands and sponsorships. And then the next bomb detonated. A leaked audio clip hit Twitter, 43 seconds of pure, unfiltered chaos. Tamer's voice, loud, distressed, shouting, "You think I wanted this? You think I'm the only one?" The background was a mess of footsteps, clattering objects, someone saying, "Lower your voice," another shouting, "Not here." But the most explosive part was a woman's voice, believed by fans to be Yandy, yelling, "Keep my man's name out your mouth." The audio ended abruptly, with what sounded like someone knocking the phone out of her hand. That clip traveled across the internet, at the speed of scandal. It trended for hours. Fans analyzed every sound. Some claimed Tamer was crying. Others believed they heard someone being physically restrained. Hashtags exploded. People took sides. And celebrities, major celebrities, began weighing in. One reality star tweeted, "This been going on since before y'all even knew." Another wrote, "Tamer finally telling the truth. Good." Someone else posted, "Ain't nobody scared of Yandy." That one comment set off an entire second firestorm. Within minutes, one of Yandy's closest friends clapped back with a message so aggressive, fans thought it was the beginning of an all-out reality TV civil war. The message read, "You'll better watch how you talk. She ain't the one. Never has been." Screenshots flew. Replies turned violent. Fan bases collided like tidal waves slamming into each other. Chaos became the default setting of the internet. Meanwhile, Tamer's team went into lockdown mode. One insider leaked that Tamer was shaken but resolute, that she planned to finish what she started, and that she had more receipts than the world is ready for. That line alone split the timeline open. More receipts. What kind? Photos. Messages. Videos. People begged her to release everything. Others begged her to stop before things got even darker. But then came the leak no one expected. An anonymous account claiming to be a former Love Hip Hop producer posted a thread so detailed, so shocking, fans believed it instantly. According to this account, Tamer and Mendeecees had been close, like too close, during a specific season's filming cycle. The account claimed there were compromising moments, late-night studio meetings, and multiple warnings from staff. But the biggest detail was the final sentence, "We covered everything. Every single thing." That set off a frenzy. Fans demanded tapes. Fans demanded the editors speak. Fans demanded the network stop hiding behind contracts and NDAs. And that's when the network finally cracked. A leaked internal memo, written by someone very high up, revealed panic in every line. The memo read in part, "We need to get ahead of this before footage leaks. There are clips in the vault that cannot surface. Clips in the vault. Clips. Plural." The internet turned feral. People wanted those clips. They demanded those clips. They threatened to boycott until those clips surfaced. And then someone else stepped forward, an assistant editor who worked on season 7 of the show, claiming, "There's more than what Tamer is saying. Way more. She didn't lie. She held back. Held back." Those two words set the entire fandom on fire. Meanwhile, Yandy herself stayed quiet. So quiet that fans started analyzing her silence like it was a confession. But then, out of nowhere, she went live. The live lasted barely 45 seconds. The comments exploded instantly, thousands of people flooding in, begging her to respond. Yandy stared into the camera, eyes cold, jaw clenched, breathing slow like she was holding back a storm. And she said only one line, "Don't believe everything you hear." She ended the live immediately. The internet screamed. Because she didn't deny anything. She didn't call Tamer a liar. She didn't defend Mendeecees. She didn't claim innocence. She just warned the world to not believe everything. Fans interpreted it as fear. Others as guilt. Others as a threat. But then something darker surfaced. A leaked DM from someone claiming to have seen the confrontation in person. Their message was terrifying. If Tamer releases the footage, Yandy is finished. And she knows it. Footage. Footage. Not audio. Not rumors. Footage. And the anonymous source insisted that the footage didn't just show an argument. It showed what really happened in that hallway. The yelling. The shove. The retaliation. The moment security got involved. According to the leak, the footage ends with Tamer screaming, "I'm done covering for you." The world froze. Covering what? For how long? And how many other people were involved? Before anyone could recover, another anonymous insider added fuel to the fire. Tamer wasn't the only one he crossed lines with. The internet erupted again. If this leak was true, then Tamer wasn't exposing a one-time scandal. She was exposing a pattern. A long, dangerous pattern. And nobody knew how many names were about to get dragged into the light. This wasn't a story anymore. This was a bomb about to explode. The moment the phrase, "Tamer wasn't the only one," began spreading like wildfire, everything that had been whispered, speculated, denied, dismissed, buried, threatened, and edited out for years suddenly ripped itself to the surface. The entertainment world didn't just tremble. It cracked wide open. Because this wasn't just about Tamer, Yandy, or Mendeecees anymore. This was the beginning of a truth avalanche that nobody, not the cast, not the network, not the franchise, not the fans, was ready for. Within minutes, a new anonymous account surfaced, posting a series of cryptic statements that felt more like confessions than rumors. The first message read, "You've seen the tip of it. The rest is coming." The second, "Producers knew." The third, "One cast member tried to warn Tamer years ago." People demanded names. People demanded proof. People demanded details. And then the fourth message dropped, a chilling, bone-freezing line, "They buried the real footage." Those 4 words shook the internet to its core. Because suddenly the conversation wasn't about cheating. It wasn't about a fight. It wasn't even about violence anymore. It was about a cover-up. A deliberate, coordinated, years-long cover-up that multiple people, maybe an entire production, had allegedly protected. And then the next leak hit. A former production assistant, using an account that had 0 followers and no profile pic, posted a message that sent shockwaves through every corner of social media. "We were told to cut anything that made him look bad." Attached was a blurry screenshot of an old email, the subject line partially visible, "Notes on M-Scene edits." M-Scene. Fans didn't need the full name. They knew exactly what the M stood for. The internet went ballistic. People demanded someone come forward. They demanded the editors speak. They demanded the truth. And almost immediately, another burner account, claiming to be someone who worked audio for 2 seasons, posted a voice memo describing multiple incidents involving Mendeecees that were never allowed to air. Then came the bomb that shattered every remaining barrier. A former cast member, not anonymous, not hiding, tweeted and deleted a message that read, "Tamer wasn't lying. I tried to tell you back then. Scream. It was Mendeecees and Tamer in a dressing room, talking very closely, voices low. He leaned in. She didn't back away. The energy was unmistakable. A vibe that was neither professional nor innocent. The clip cut off right as someone walked in the door. The internet melted. Some said it proved everything. Some said it was edited. Some said it was old footage taken out of context. Some said it was the warm-up to something much bigger. The clip spread so fast that even the network couldn't suppress it. Reporters called it career-ending. Fans called it the smoking gun. And people started tagging Yandy repeatedly, demanding answers. For hours, she stayed silent. Until she didn't. Late in the night, Yandy posted a message so raw, so cryptic, and so emotionally charged that the entertainment world stopped breathing. It read, "If that's what you'll think happened, wait till you see the rest." The rest. That meant more footage. More context. More secrets. People begged her to explain. Instead, she posted again, "Tamer knows what she did." Fans screamed. Reporters fainted. Twitter caught fire. Then Tamer responded with 9 words. "Don't play with me, Yandy. Tell the whole truth." The entire world froze. Because one thing was certain, if Tamer and Yandy were now threatening each other publicly. If both women were claiming to hold footage. If producers were panicking. If cast members were hinting at cover-ups. Then the real story was so much bigger than cheating. So much darker than a fight. So much deeper than drama. Because the final leak of the night revealed the most terrifying message yet. Someone else is about to come forward. The internet lost its mind. Who? A cast member? A former friend? Another woman? Someone from the production team? Someone with footage? Someone who saw everything? Nobody knew. But one thing was guaranteed. The next person who stepped forward, the next person who leaked a receipt, the next person who dropped a truth bomb, would burn the entire franchise to the ground. This wasn't scandal anymore. This was war. A war with no rules, no loyalty, and no limits. And the next revelation would be the one that destroyed everything. And now you see exactly how deep the scandal runs. How many secrets have been buried. How many careers are hanging by a thread. And how close we are to the moment everything collapses in front of the entire world. Because whoever is about to come forward next isn't just dropping tea. They're dropping dynamite straight into the center of a franchise already on fire. And if Tamer, Yandy, and Mendeecees are all holding footage, receipts, and untold truths, then the next 48 hours are going to reshape the entire love hip-hop universe. So before the next leak detonates, before the next video surfaces, before another cast member steps out of the shadows, before someone releases the footage everyone's terrified of, you need to lock in right here. Hit that like button immediately. If you think you've seen chaos, you haven't even tasted what's coming next. And when the next bomb drops, you don't want to be the last one to see it. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Who do you think is about to step forward next? Whose receipts are going to expose the truth? And whose career won't survive the fallout? Your prediction might be the one that calls it before anyone else does. Subscribe. Turn notifications on. Stay exactly where you are. Because this story isn't cooling down. It's escalating. And the next revelation is going to be the one none of us are ready for.